So let's discuss the stock that I think has the most potential to be the next Palantir style stock for me and some of you guys out there as well. So let's get you guys the truth about why I think this is, and do I believe a Palantir style move is coming for this stock specifically. Just make sure you like the video if you like getting the truth off the hype, because that is exactly what we're going to get today, guys. And there are basically 5 things that lead me to believe that this stock is looking eerily familiar to Palantir stock. And then I'll answer the question of, do I think a huge move like Palantir made is possible for this stock as well, okay? And obviously the stock we're talking about right now is SoFi. And I'm all right, go ahead and disagree with me. Not a problem there, but at least hear my reasons behind it before going down there and blasting me down there in the comments. Then we can have a discussion down there. Comments like, oh, you suck, that's not true. Okay, well, tell me why. So that way we can have an accurate discussion there. Maybe I'm missing something. Love to hear about it, okay? So the first reason is the fundamentals getting better and better every quarter. Look, when you look at earnings, not stock price, when you look at earnings, the fundamentals have gotten better and better every single quarter now for like 20 quarters, okay? The fundamentals continue to improve. Revenue up and to the right. EPS up and to the right. Guidance continuing to move up. I know they just maintained guidance this time around, but we haven't seen a dip yet in terms of guidance, still moving up and to the right. Margins improving. Virtually every single business line improving. That is exactly what you saw with Palantir for years, despite the fact Palantir didn't go anywhere for years. You saw the fundamentals getting better each and every quarter, regardless of what the narrative was. The narrative was negative during a good chunk of that time for Palantir, just like it is for SoFi right now. But that was my first key that I knew I had a gem with Palantir, was those fundamentals continuing to improve quarter in and quarter out. Didn't care about the narratives, didn't care about all the tropes that were being placed out there. I worried about the fundamentals, and what I saw was the fundamentals getting better and better and better, getting closer to profitability, then turning a profit, and then maintaining and increasing those profits every single quarter. That is what you saw with Palantir, and that is exactly what we're seeing going on with SoFi right now. That was my first big tip off. That was kind of the thing that just told me Palantir was a gem at that price and was going to make me a lot of money. And I'm seeing the same exact type fundamentals with SoFi as well. And of course, if you want to learn how to analyze those fundamentals, dig deep into that due diligence, understand what you're looking at so that way you don't fall for the narratives and everything else of that nature. Learn how to do valuation, just understand those fundamentals on a high level. Take advantage of the earnings flash sale that ends very, very soon, guys, this weekend, where you get to learn exactly that through courses, through free coaching live right there for you to take. Obviously, I do live streams with myself, live Q&As. You can ask me anytime you want right there in the Discord. We have tons of people helping everybody understand fundamentals, understand how to invest on a high level. We'll talk more about it at the end. There's so much more, but check it out. It's the pinned comment. Take advantage before the sale ends. So next up is management team executing on a high level. I don't think there's any argument that Palantir's management team over the past 3 years has executed on some of the highest levels we've ever seen in regards to the stock market, in regards to those fundamentals that we just talked about, performance, right? And what I hear routinely, not from the narrative, not from everything else, but from Wall Streeters, is that Anthony Noto is one of the best CEOs out there, and he has put together one of the best management teams out there that are executing on a very high level. You need to look no further than just simply the pivot they made from a student loan processor over to what they've turned into now. It's an incredibly hard thing to do. Most people would fail to begin with, much less be able to execute it quickly and as quick as they did. And the environment that they did was complete trash for trying to turn around a company. And then now moving on and having this sort of performance and execution on those fundamentals on that bottom line. There aren't too many companies out there, especially ones with a big banking component, that are giving you a 40% growth rate. That's what they're hitting right now, but yet people are acting as though this management team isn't executing. It's laughable at that stage, and it feels very, very similar to Palantir, where they're executing on a high level and everybody's just doubting every which way. It didn't matter what they did, people were going to doubt, but you had a management team, if you're paying attention to those fundamentals, executing on a very, very high level. So next up, the stock price being down for years now. Now this one, again, follows that Palantir piece very, very, very easily. Palantir was basically traded somewhere in between $6 and $20 for 3 straight years. That's right, guys, 3 straight years. People tend to forget that. You had 3 straight years of being able to buy that stock under $20 and a good chunk of that time under $10. Now, SoFi thankfully has it's definitely off of those lows at 4, and SoFi seems to have followed the same exact. Actually, it did break out up to over 30 or so there, but here we are right back under $20 again. We are seeing the same exact things. The stock price being down for years now, with all the fundamentals improving, with everything getting better every single quarter. That is the dream scenario you get as an investor, because I guarantee most of us that own Palantir, the one thing you say is, I wish I would have bought more. Or some folks who traded out of it, I know I've seen that comment a lot here, and I know we have group members as well that fell into it, that sold and took their profits, after they had 100% gain or 200% gain or whatever the case was, right? It's still, in the end, we all wish we had more shares of that stock. Well, the only way you can have an incredible share count is to not trade in and out, to not play games with the stock, but to simply buy it and get a period of time of years where it stays down at a very, very low price and an undervalued price. It's the only way it happens. If a stock starts off undervalued for a month and then it goes to the moon and never comes back down, you can't build out a large enough position unless you just happen to time it perfectly. I know a lot of folks think that they can time the market. Hey, go for it. All those trillionaire investors out there love seeing their comments there in the comments section. But for guys like myself who cannot do that, I would much rather have years to build out a position, because boy, having 10,000 shares of Palantir is a completely different number than having 1,000 shares of Palantir if Palantir would have taken off 2 years earlier. That right there is the difference. That's what I'm talking about there in regards to being able to stack shares for years, as long as those fundamentals are improving. Now, if the fundamentals aren't improving, or they're just kind of stagnant, or it's kind of herky-jerky, it's completely different there. But when you see the fundamentals getting better and better and better, and you get years to buy a stock, that's exactly what you want. That's exactly what we got in Palantir, and I'm seeing the same exact pattern with SoFi as well, which leads perfectly to the last point here, which is retail being down and out on the stock. All right, tell me if any of these sound familiar for Palantir and for SoFi as well. It always crashes after earnings. Heard that for years with Palantir. Heard it just rinse repeat every earnings season. It always crashes after earnings. It always crashes after earnings. Heck, they even had surprise profitability, Palantir did, and it ran up huge after earnings and then created right back down 50%, back down to $7, right? It always crashes after earnings until it doesn't. Same exact scenario with both stocks. Same thing, comments I see a lot, didn't 10x this year, or didn't go on a big run this year, so it sucks. This stock over here ran real big, and SoFi did, and therefore it sucks. Well, again, I'm glad I was patient with Palantir, held and continued to add, and didn't try to chase whatever the heck was going on out there, instead of playing and thought long-term instead of playing little games. Everybody calling it dead money or dead stock. Definitely heard that one with Palantir for years, in regards to where that stock was going and what happened with that stock. Same exact thing right now with SoFi. That number gets larger and larger and larger. More and more people are thinking that and talking about, well, if I would put my money over here, I would have made more money. If I would have done this over there. Yeah, hindsight always wins, guys. We all can play that game all day long. Again, if you think you can trade and make all those trades right at the right time, hey, go for it. Definitely not something I could do. Obviously, another big retail narrative out there is dilution. Same exact thing with Palantir. He's diluting you to death. Stock-based comp is out of control. He's just going to, dilute the company to bankruptcy. Same exact thing, same exact narrative going right along with SoFi, that they're just diluting you for no reason. They're just being greedy, which doesn't actually make sense at all. The narratives don't make sense, guys, but they were exactly the same. And of course, Noto being a bad CEO. Every time the stock price goes down, he's bad. Every time it's to the moon, he's great. Same exact thing with Palantir, guys. Yeah, Alex was terrible, bad for the company. Should they get rid of him? Glad that they didn't. Really like how that turned out. And again, it looks like SoFi is in that same exact scenario. So whenever retail's out and they're saying all those type things, that's exactly what happened to Palantir. And now I'm hearing it over here with SoFi. And that obviously, when I kind of combine all these together, it makes me think like we are sitting in a Palantir style situation in regards to this stock. But the question becomes, can it 10x or more like Palantir did? Now, you can have a similar journey or the exact same journey like Palantir and still not get the appreciation like Palantir did, okay? Because, let's be honest, it was utterly ridiculous. That was an all-time epic run that it got. The real question is, what sort of run can SoFi have, okay? A Palantir-style run is rare, as it pumped way beyond fair value, which, guys, I said it at the time. Yes, I loved seeing the, giant numbers there from Palantir. I knew I made fortunes upon fortunes on that stock, given how many shares that I owned. But I knew it wasn't good as an investor. And guess what? I was also called a bear and everything else about Palantir, even though I wasn't a bear. It's gone nowhere since those, dizzying highs, despite some unbelievable, incredible quarters, all-time quarters ever, like the greatest of all-time quarters. Man, it hasn't been able to move the stock at all because it went on such a ridiculous run and pumped up way beyond fair value. That holds true in the history of the stock market. Everybody's saying it isn't true. 500 was next, in the next year, and not unreasonable. It just was unreasonable because you're using multiples, or you're just simply ignoring multiples and going, oh, it doesn't matter. Palantir is different, just like people like to say Tesla's different and all that sort of stuff, even though it's been flat for what, 4.5 years now or so. Is what it is, guys. You can't really do that sort of stuff. So I don't think getting a Palantir style run like that is where it's going to be. But can SoFi have a great run, like a 5X or something like that? Is that a possibility? Now, I know some in the comments are, they always pick 10X stocks and they always time the tops and the bottoms perfectly and all that sort of stuff. But for those of us non-trillionaire investors, a 5X in 5 years is an incredible life-changing stock, right? That's life-changing money made. So is that possible for SoFi? That's kind of the question and kind of how I want to frame the question here in regards to that. And my answer to that is, it depends, guys. And this is the reason why. It's simple math, okay? Don't go blasting me. I'm not trying to be wishy-washy. I'm just simply telling you it does depend. Because if you bought at 30, then and your average is $30, then my answer is no. It's not possible for you to get a 5X in 5 years. I just don't see that. Maybe in 10 years, but you cannot project out that far. So it's not even worth speculating on that. You guys know that. I say it all the time. You can get to 2 years, maybe 3 years. Like I said, trying to get out to 5 is murky, but obviously going out to 10, yeah, that's pure speculation. Whatever, guess away, but it's not anything that we can really work with there. Now, if you have an average of $10 per share, then yes. And, 3 to 5 years, I think that's reasonable to assume that it could happen. Now it becomes much murkier at today's price, right? Because we're right around 15 bucks or so, but it can still provide an incredible return even at $15 per share. Remember, guys, keep this in mind. Just getting a 20% return on year on a stock is great, and that isn't even close to the 5X, and that would make you one of the greatest investors ever if you can do that, okay? Only in social media land do people scoff at a 20% return as bad or dead money or missed opportunity, because there's always another stock that you should have bought that went on some epic run while failing to remember that that stock most likely was dead money for a long time too and going nowhere, and all the other stuff people believe before that big move as well, okay? So if you're asking me, I think a 5X in 5 years is a reasonable assumption to make. Doesn't mean that they will get there. They have to execute year in and year out. Now, do I trust this management team to do that? Absolutely. If you got a nice, sweet average at 10 bucks, 12 bucks, whatever the case is, obviously I bet a lot of money on that already. And I'm betting more money on that as I continue to buy this stock as long as it stays undervalued overall. And I'll let it play out how it is. I don't care. I'm not sitting there projecting out 5 years. And if I get a 5X here, then my balances will all be here. And that's not how I invest at all, guys. I simply look for the best place to put my money at the time. Don't always get them all right. That's 100% true as well. But I don't need to get all of them right. Remember, you can only lose 100% on your money. Your upside is infinite. And one winner can wipe away a bunch of losers all the way around. Obviously, we've had a ton of winners right here on this channel. You guys have had a ton of winners out there as well. Obviously, my group members, they picked all kinds of stocks that have been massive winners. It's amazing some of the talent that's in there and such. But in the end, yes, SoFi is setting up very, very similar to Palantir. I just don't see a Palantir style run like we got for SoFi, but that doesn't mean we can't have an incredible return on a great stock as well. And that's exactly what I see right here with SoFi. And remember, if you want to learn those fundamentals, learn how to identify opportunities really, really early, like we did with SoFi, way back when it was at $4 and Palantir at $6 and a whole lot of other stocks like that. AMD, my group was buying that at under $100 per share for, it seemed like forever. That stock has stayed down for a long time, but now is going on an epic run here in under a year. Make sure you check out the pinned comment. Take advantage of the earnings flash sale that ends very soon, where you get access to all those buy and sell alerts. You get to learn fundamentals through courses, through coaching, through live Q&As with me, through the best 6, 7, and 8-figure Discord out there, helping you become a better investor. We got so many different things, exclusive videos. We got a stock calculator that's in there. We got some other things coming as well. Guys, there's so much involved. Check out the pinned comment, see if a membership's right for you. And click this video if you want to see exactly what I'm buying in this market. And click here to see my exact plan for this market. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.